As we count down to the Super Bowl, the Eagles remain 1.5-point favorites over the Chiefs. That, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. However, according to NFL.com, the Chiefs have 3 of the top 4 players in the game right now who are matchup nightmares for opposing coordinators. The Eagles, however, have 6 of the top 10. All right, Shannon, it's all about matchups. We know that. What does this tell you?
What? We just had this conversation.
We did.
And what did I tell you?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So
I do remember.
Here's a man that graduated. What you say your GPA was? What was your GPA?
It was good. I was cum laude.
Oh, you were cum laude, huh?
And what do you say you were? You were.
Thank you, Lordy.
Thank you, Lordy.
Yeah. So, okay. NFL.com said 10 game planning nightmares.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes 1, Travis Kelce 2, Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
So 6.
But who's 4?
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
So 3 of the top 4. 6 of the top 10. CBSSports.com gave the Chiefs the top 3, but 10 of the top 15 are Eagles. So the Chiefs have the better of the players, but the Eagles have the better team. Now, we playing basketball, I like my chances if I got 3 of the top 5 players on the court. But if you playing 22, now Patrick Mahomes, Kelce, and Chris Jones can't play all spots. So I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, well, okay, now you see it. I've said this. This is why the Eagles are favored. I don't think there's no doubt. We think universally Patrick Mahomes is the best player in this game. Travis Kelce.
I mean, like, hands down, right?
Travis Kelce being number 2, I don't think we get any argument. Jalen Hurts being 3, I don't think we get any argument from that. Chris Jones being 4, okay, fine. But when you start looking at all the others, you look at Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Hassan Reddick and Devontae, Mailata, Bradbury, Slade, TJ. Come on, Skip. So this is why. Yes, the top 3-4 players, the top 3 players, I can see that. 3 of the top 5 players being Chiefs, okay. But then when you look at the totality of it, you start going 15 players. The Eagles have 10 of the 15. Skip, that ain't fair. They should give us more points than that. We need 5. That's what we should get. Give me 5 points right now.
No. Now I turn the tables on you. What did I tell you? I said that the Chiefs are going to have the top 3 players.
Yeah.
Again, Jalen plays quarterback, and yet I'm going to, there are a lot of hypocrites out there. I first guessed this. The moment he was drafted, I tweeted, boom. They just changed their life in Philadelphia because he is the leader and the winner and the playmaker they need. Okay. It took a while. He had to figure it out. But coming into this year, a whole lot of people did not believe in Jalen Hurts, and now they do. I still think he should be the MVP, but that's a whole nother. But I'm going on intangibles more than stats.
Right.
Okay. But the point is, when you have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, who is the greatest, even you acknowledge as a great tight end, the greatest pass-receiving tight end we've ever seen, he looks unguardable to me.
Right.
I don't know how Levante David did to him in that Super Bowl what he did, because he did a number on him solo. He just said, I got you. And I don't know if he mirrored him. I don't know how much he memorized route. I don't know what he did, but he made it hard on him, and I've never seen anybody else do it like this.
What they did, they played shell coverage, so I know I got help over the top. If you beat me over the top, I know the safety's going to take help.
But anything underneath, he said, I got this. I'm going to mirror him.
But you remember how Patrick Mahomes
he's under fire.
For his life.
Okay, I got it. But that's the only time in any game of any magnitude I've ever seen anybody even put together a semblance of a way to contain him a little bit, because
he's a big game. He's normally a big game player. The bigger the game, the better he plays.
I've never seen anything like it, because he is a wide receiver playing tight end. And what do we give him on weight? Is he 250?
Easy 250.
250, maybe more. Okay. So have you ever seen a man move like this? I haven't seen it.
He's very graceful.
You put 2 on him, you put 3 on him, you triangulate him, you try everything, and he just gets open.
Right.
In part because the quarterback trusts him with his life, and the quarterback will throw it to him under duress and just throw it somewhere where they're on such a wavelength. They have such a connection, a soul connection, that they just go where they anticipate each other. And I think Gronk had some of that with Brady, but Gronk can't move like this guy can.
No.
Okay, so my point is, you go, Patrick Mahomes, clearly the best player in this game. I'm the biggest Jalen fan, but I can't go there. I mean, it's not like he's ready to eclipse him in ability or performance, because Patrick's played in 5 straight AFC Championship games, albeit at home, but 5 straight.
In 3 Super Bowls. That's his
third Super Bowl. You want to talk about veteran presence? You want to talk about knowing what the moment is? He knows. And we, who could disagree on arm talent, there's nothing like it. And I'm pretty sure his ankle will be about 50% better than it was in the championship game, right? Okay, so he should be pretty much Patrick. And here we go. And Chris Jones took over the AFC Championship game. And I thought if you gave an MVP award just for that game, I thought it was Chris Jones, because he made life hard on Joe Burrow. And he ended the game with the sack when I still thought Burrow just might pull this thing out. Okay, so they're the 3 out of 4. And they're so good at what they do that I just thought, I told you straight out of the box that when I guessed the point spreads, I thought it'd be Kansas City by 4 or 5 points. I did. Now, you can go, now we're back to LeBron's classic quote, albeit about basketball, but we're top heavy as SH, right?
Exactly.
Okay, well, Kansas City is top heavy,
more top heavy than
as SH, right? Okay, so it's football, and you do need all these other positions. But now I bring up the Brandon Ayuk analysis here. Again, plays for the 49ers, who got to play against the Eagles.
He played both teams.
Yeah, he did. Well, he did play both teams.
Remember that Kansas City went out there and beat the brakes off them.
Fair point. And yet, Ayuk is saying, I lost my rookie, albeit a rookie quarterback, but he lost him on the first series of the game, and he said it was a mismatch after that, and it's fraudulent, that it's misleading. And he is saying, and I read the quote right here, quote unquote, I think this Kansas City pass game will expose what we thought we were going to expose before some unfortunate circumstances, we being the 49ers. They got extremely lucky, he's saying, about the Eagles, okay? Obviously, it was at Philadelphia, but they did get extremely lucky. And I don't even know how to measure what happens in the game, because once you take him out and you put Josh Johnson in, it's not a fair fight anymore.
And then he got hurt.
Okay, then he got hit. It's like back to, you got to put the kid in with a torn elbow ligament, right? He's got Tommy John surgery looming, right? And he can't even throw a screen pass. Okay, well, it's not a fair fight. We know it. And it's hard to evaluate what exactly happened. Well, the 49ers thought if the kid quarterback can stay upright and not screw his elbow up, they're going to win the game. And a lot of people thought they were. I picked Philly just because I like Jalen.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, Skip. The Chiefs are going to have to play another game defensively like they played against Joe Burrow. But I think the thing is that the Eagles run the ball a little better. The Eagles run the ball a little better than Cincinnati. So now, if you look at the 49ers, Skip, look how those linebackers held. Because they didn't know if he was going to give the ball or if he was going to keep it. So I just can't go run, because if he pulls it, now I'm out of position. And that's Jalen Hurts. He's on the edge. So it froze Warner. It froze those middle backers. And so now Sanders would get, before they realized that Sanders had the ball in the end zone, handed it to the referee.
All right. Which running back got ranked before all running backs got ranked?
McKinnon.
Thank you. So he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. So you say that Philly runs the ball a little better than Cincinnati, but still, they're saying that the most valuable running back in the game belongs to Patrick Mahomes.
Because of his versatility, because they looking at it like Sanders does one thing, Boston does another thing, the other guy, Gainwell, does something entirely different. Where McKinnon can run the ball, he's a better pass catcher. He's tremendous at pass protection. So they trust him a little more. And then you got Pacheco, who's a rookie. Runs hard, Skip.
He does.
But Andy's a little hesitant to put him in there on pass protection, because you got to know who to block.
You do.
Especially in a game like this here. Because if that guy goes out, you think it got bad. Look, I like Henny, and Henny's a little bit more respectable. Henny's better than you give him credit for, Skip. You saw him come in and do that, have that 98-yard drive against Jacksonville.
He did.
We saw him in another situation where he came in and played well for Patrick Mahomes. But when you look at this, Skip, from top to bottom, yes, there's no question. The Chiefs has the better of the top players. But when you look at the totality, I'm waiting on USA to do their top 25. I guarantee you they're going to have probably 17, 18 of the top 25 players.
Okay. Yet, what sticks in my craw is I watched my Dallas Cowboys, featuring Dak Prescott, score 40 points on that Eagle defense, albeit with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, but he wasn't playing, obviously, defense. So
You gonna give me 4 turnovers?
40 points? I know, I got it. But 40 was 40.
Yeah,
And they got some short fields, but they just went up and down the field.
Well, if you turn the ball over 4 times against Kansas City, they'll put 40 on you.
Well, sure they will. Okay, but I'm not sure about this defense. I'm not sure, except that there's one canceller on this defense, and it's Reddick. Where he can cancel out all your ills and all your flaws and your holes in your defense.
Wiley got his hands full.
Yeah.
But I mean, the tackles got their hand full because Sweat off the other side, they're sprinkling Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
They got their hands full with this protection. But I'm Skip, last year, now you remember last year, Kansas City went to Philly and did a job on them.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Tyreek. Tyreek had a monster game, and that's something entirely different. This offense is different without Tyreek.
I think it should be a 4 or 5 point game, so you should give me 4.